Hi, I'm Drew Carey. I was in the movie Robots with Halle Berry. I'm Crank, the yellow robot, and Halle's the cute silver robot. Halle Berry starred in Bulworth with Warren Beatty, who co-starred with Goldie Hawn in Shampoo, who was in First Wives Club with Sarah Jessica Parker, who was in Footloose with, you guessed it, Kevin Bacon. Remember Footloose? It's that film from the 80s about high school kids fighting for the right to dance. Quaint, right? Well, believe it or not, we found our very own Footloose story in the Arizona desert. Somehow, they knew we were coming.
Well, my name is Spencer Bell. I'm a junior at ASU. I'm going to William P. Carey School of Business for Business Management.
Well, my name is Dale Bell, and I, along with my son Spencer, built the Santan Flat Steakhouse here in Queen Creek, Arizona.
The idea for Santan Flat kind of came along. My dad and I were driving in a car, and my dad turned to me and said, you know, Spencer, what do you want to do with your life? What do you want to do for a job or profession? And I turned to him and I said, well, you know, I want to get into a business, a small business, where Walmart, Costco, and other big box stores aren't going to beat me up out of it. He turned to me and said, well, the only business that I know of where he can do that is a restaurant business.
When he suggested he'd like to go into small business, I thought it'd be the perfect thing for him to learn a small business and the difficulties involved in that and be part of the American dream. We have one neighbor that actually lives on the property that joins our property, and his name is Paul Younger, and he's a beekeeper. Paul initially was the only person who showed up in opposition to our rezoning.
I oppose it because of the lights and the noise and the smells and traffic and everything else I thought would be detrimental to our lifestyles here.
When we were approved, our plan was approved by the county supervisors, we actually received a standing ovation.
I mean, when the meeting was over and it became obvious that he was going to get approval, I asked him to please have some consideration for the neighbors here, and he assured me that he would.
It was exciting to finally see the doors open.
I was really pleasantly surprised. The impact was very minimal, and it's been a convenience to have them close by.
When people would walk into the courtyard and see those bonfires and this atmosphere, this ambiance from all these old wagons and buggies and all the antiques that have been collected here, the word that most often was mentioned was awesome. People would say, this is awesome.
Dale and Spencer soon found out, however, that not everyone was excited to see Santan Flat open.
We weren't breaking any laws, but Pinell County apparently decided that they did not like us and decided that they wanted to put a noise ordinance in, as they did have a neighbor complain about some of the noise, and they put one of the strictest in the state of Arizona.
In fact, the sound of a sewing machine is louder than we are allowed to be with our country western music venue here.
Dale called and asked me if the music was too loud, if it was bothering me or anything else, and I really hadn't even noticed it that much.
In addition to the noise levels, the county hassled Dale and Spencer about everything, from the size of their parking lot to the number of signs along the road and the kind of wood they burned in their fire pits. Dale and Spencer's efforts to comply cost them more than $100,000, but county officials still weren't satisfied. They decided to invoke a 60-year-old ordinance.
Dancing, they said in Pinell County, is illegal if it's done outdoors.
There's an Arizona county where some tyrant.
Based on the county's ruling, which Dale and Spencer are fighting in court, each day Santan Flat patrons are caught dancing, Dale and Spencer must pay a $700 fine. Over the course of a year, the fines would total more than $200,000.
Well, there's no logic behind why a government would not want to allow dancing that I can come up with.
I think it's ridiculous. Dancing is a natural, God-given right.
Dancing is too much fun.
Why stop it?
There's good music, you might as well dance, have fun. All I have to say is look at the crowd.
Dancing is part of life.
I think that it is bad business as far as the county is concerned.
We've asked everyone that we know that might have a clue as to why Pinell County would attack this family-friendly, good business, and no one has been able to come up with a logical explanation.
Maybe someone is trying to use county regulations to harass Santan Flats into either submission or into some sort of a bankruptcy or financial situation where it has to be put on the market and sold. And there are people around here with money that would probably be interested in buying it at a real cut rate.
Had it not been for the government's assault upon this venue, this would have been just almost a dream come true for a small businessman, because it was met with so much support and praise.
Because of this experience, I see how government can be so abusive of its power, even on a small local level. It doesn't have to be federal. Even our Pinell County government is just way overstepping their bounds.
They're going to have to take me on all the way to the Supreme Court of this state and wherever else we can go beyond that if necessary, because I don't believe the government has any right to tell people they can't express themselves and they can't dance.
Liberty.
So if you ever find yourself in Arizona on the road between Phoenix and Tucson, swing on by Santan Flat. I hear it's a great place to dance. For Reason.tv, I'm Drew Carey.
Yes, everywhere there's freedom, there's someone who wants to take it. And in Arizona, it's Pinell County.